Grandma brought me two puppies, but only one could stay. One jumped on the boy with great enthusiasm, but the boy wasn't impressed. He didn't seem to like him very much, but the grandmother was so happy to see this. She rushed to greet her son, because the boy has been autistic since he was a child. He didn't reject the dog. They were very happy. The couple smiled at the sight. They decided to keep the dog. The grandmother let the boy name the dog. Watching his favorite Thomas on TV, he blurted out, "Thomas." The happiest thing about Thomas's arrival is his mother. She put her last hope in this little guy. Without realizing it, she was in tears because her son is autistic. She's had a lot on her mind in the last few years. Take a look at this and you'll understand. You can see how helpless this full-time mom really is. One day she walked into the check room. She was locked in by her son. When she reacted, she screamed for her son's help, but the boy was long gone. The door to the house was still open. His mother was desperate. She banged on the door. She got tools and tried to pry it open, but it didn't work. It didn't take long. There was the sound of a glass breaking outside. The boy seemed cut off from the rest of the world. He didn't move even when his mother yelled at him. He held his juice and watched his favorite Thomas until he heard the sound of the TV. The mother was relieved. At least her son hadn't run away. She thought it was over when her husband left for work, but then the door was slammed shut by a gust of wind. The mother was nervous again. There was no TV in the living room. The sound of a car honking. She thought the worst and broke down in an instant. When she couldn't hear anything outside, the mother was in complete despair. Just then the door was finally opened. Her son stood in front of her in one piece. With tears in her eyes, the mother took him into her arms. It had happened more than once. That's why it's her greatest hope that he'll grow up safe. The boy was born with autism. He can't have contact with anyone, not even his own parents. Whenever anything doesn't go his way, he'll go crazy regardless of the occasion. He may even exhibit aggressive behavior. It's a well-known fact. It's the parents who suffer when their child is sick. They've tried everything, until this grandmother suggested they adopt a dog, and that's how it started. The boy first seemed curious about the outside world, but then at night, he starts to get sick again. He came downstairs dragging his blankets with him. To the puzzled eyes of his parents, he flung it into the dog's room. Then he gently carried Thomas inside. "Bedtime, Thomas!" And with those simple words, shocked his family, because it was the first time the boy had ever spoken.